Hello everyone, welcome back to more Tametsi. Today we're going to move on to puzzle number 97, Shadowbox. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what makes this a shadow box, but I guess I don't know what a shadow box is. Kind of interesting that they have these 2x2 areas of clues and you have to figure out where they interact. Yeah, I think there's a mine here, right? Because this 3 next to this 1 means we have at least 2 here, right? And furthermore, that means there's at least 1. No, I was wrong. Well, there's at least 1 touching this 2 in these 2 spaces. Yeah, this is right. So there's at most 1 in this area. No, it wasn't right. So there's at least 1 here, which means there's at most 1 here, which means there's at least 1 here, which means there's at most 1 here and at most 1 here. But that doesn't actually get me anything yet. Well, I was a little hopeful that might be a little bit better. This 2? It's next to a couple 1s, a lot of 1s. This 2 is also interesting, right? There's at most 1 here, so at least 1 of these 2, and that finishes this 1. Okay, that's something. It's a starting place. These 2 1s are here, but not here. This is 2 is finished. Now we have some 0s. That's a 1 with 1 neighbor. 2 next to a 1, we need a mine there and not here. 1 mine here and 1 mine here. This 3 now needs a mine here and not here for this 1. This 1 and this 2 are finished. We have a 0 now. This 2 needs both its neighbors. That's a 0. We have 2 of these, but I'm not sure that really matters. This 2 next to a 1, though, puts a mine here. This is a 0, and then we can go this way. And these 2 1s, we don't have any of those. This 1 and this 1 coordinate here. And similarly, these 2 and not here? Yeah. 1 of these mines, this 3 needs both of those. These 2 1s, there's no mine here. These 2 2s have these in common, so it can't be here. This 2 next to a 1, we need a mine here, and there's not one there. These 2s work together to give me this space. And yeah, so we have 1 here, which means 1 here. So this 1 is out of mines. This 1 has a mine in here, so the 2 needs a mine here. And we get that area figured out. These 2 1s share here, but not here. Can't quite do that. Well, this 3 next to 2, they share these 3 spaces, so this is the only space they don't share. Well, the only space the 3 has to itself, I guess. These 2 2s share both of these spaces, so there's no mine here. Oh, also this 1 across from these 2s means their second mine has to be here. Oh, this 1. There we go. Oh, I have a 0 still. Let's do that first. That 1 goes there. These are zeros. That's one with one neighbor. Likewise here. I'm surprised we got this far from this tiny little break-in down here. I thought you'd have to do multiple things to get started in different areas, and maybe we will. But so far, it's all flowing pretty easily. This 5's a little suspicious. Oh, this 2 only has 2 neighbors, here and here. This 3 and this 2. Notice that we have 4 mines and 3 mines in these 4 spaces. So we have at least one of these, which means this 2 has at most one in this entire area, which is sort of interesting, isn't it? Not so much for this 3, but maybe for this one. Means we have at least 2 in this area. So this 2 has at most 1 here, and there's at least 1 here. That doesn't seem to have actually gone anywhere, but okay, worth a try. Anyway, this 1 finishes up in this area. Yeah, this is... there's not anything super easy going on right now, I don't think. But now this... No, this is all the same. Well, we have 1 here, which means 2 of this whole area. So that doesn't really do anything. Oh, how about this 2? It doesn't seem that good. This 2... Okay. Here we go. This 2 is across from a 1, so it has at most 1 in this area, which means it has at least 1 in this area, which finishes this 1. And it therefore also has exactly 1 in this area, right? Because there's a 1 here. So there's 1 here and 1 here, which finishes this 1. One of these, which means this 2 has its second mine here. 2 next to 1, we need a mine there. We have 1 of these, which means 1 of these, which means all 3 of these, right? 1, 1, yes. Doesn't seem immediately helpful, but it's mines, you know. There's at most one here for this one. Also at most one here, but I don't think that's likely to matter very much. This at most one, though, means we have at least one here. Well, that kind of sucks. We also have at least one here for this two. And that means this two has at most one here. It means there's at least one. It's not supposed to go up into that square. There's at least one in this area, and also at least one in this area. But that, I don't know. There's also at most one here. Okay. That's getting close to mattering to this 3. But not quite, huh? It means there's at least 2 in this area, which I guess is stronger than being at least 1 here, so I can erase this. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice, because... Yeah, let me double check this. I like this, because there's at most 1 here for this one. Definitely true. It means there's at least 2 here to finish this 3. Possibly all 3. But now when we look at this 3, it means there's at most 1 in these 2 spaces. So this 2 needs its second mine there. And now we should be able to turn these at most and at least into exactly's and get that this isn't a mine. There's 1 here, which means 2 here, which means 1 here. Oh, even better. Both of these aren't mines? Yeah. 1, 2, 1. Yes. And this means, well, we have exactly one of these 2 as a mine, but I don't know which. But we can go this way now. Oh, hang on. That's not already marked. Gotta notice the, like, This was me catching myself when I clicked a square, and instead of, no, this is the one I clicked, right? And instead of turning grayed out, they turned into lit up zeros, and like that's the alarm bell I'm trying to learn, so. Oh, a 1 now, huh? Well, it has to be adjacent to this 3, because you can only fit 2 in this area, right? So we have that, and therefore these 2 are both safe. And if there's 1 in this area, this 3 must have its other 2 here. I know there's 4 of these 5, but that doesn't quite do it. So can I go backwards with this information, maybe? We know there's 1 there. I know there's exactly 1 here now. No, I don't. I know there's at most 1 there. So I have at least 1 of these 2. Which means at most 1 of those, as well as at most 1 of those. So this 3 has at least 2 here. There's at least 1 touching this 2 from the 3 here. So actually we can extend this. There's at most 1 in this entire area. I have at least 1 here. Doesn't really help at all, I don't think. What about this 6? Not really. I feel like I should be able to do something with this stuff here. Since there's one here, there must be one there. So this 3 needs at least 2 of this area. Right? And so that means something interesting, I think, in terms of this column, maybe. Since there's at least 2 here, there can be at most 1 in this whole area. I mean, this 2 gives me at least 1 here, which is not as great. But there's at most 1 here. And there's also at most 1 here. Because this 2 already has at least 1 of its mines from this area. So there's still room for a few mines here, but we might be able to... Because like up here, there's at most, what, 4 mines? Right? 1 here, maybe 2 here, and another here. That would be 4. The problem is I can just squeeze 3 mines in down here, so that doesn't actually tell me anything. Right, there might not be 4 up here, there might just be 3 and then 3 down here. Or like these 2 and one of these 2. I mean, I know, for example, exactly one of these, like that, but I don't see that helping much. Okay, I think I already looked at some of this, but let's try again. We have 1 here and 1 here. That means we have 2 in this area. I mean, that means at least 2 in this area, but that's not very helpful. I have 1 of... no, haven't I already done this? That's how I got in here. 1 of these, therefore 1 of these. I have 1 of these 3, therefore 1 of these 2. Doesn't really help. Well, with at most 1 in this area, I have at least 1 here. It seems very useless. Am I getting close to A count, actually? I guess not quite. I don't know, maybe. Because there's 14 left, and I can eliminate a number of spaces on the board, I think. This 3 only has 4 neighbors. So we know at least 2 here, which means at most 1 here, which means at least 1 of these, at most 1 of these, Huh. So if I wanted to count A's, I'm not sure I should be looking at mosts or at leasts, but like, how many do I have marked for certain in A's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? I think I should be trying to say, how can I even fit 14 mines in here? There's just not that many spaces. In this area, there are at most 2. That's 9, right? You know what? I think I can do better. If my goal is to count A's, I think I can do better than this. Because I know there are exactly 2 here. And at most 1 here, right? So 1, 2 in this area, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. That means there are at least 5 A's over here, right? And I can say some things about where they are. I know that there are exactly 3 here. So there are exactly 2 of all of these. Aha! Which overlaps with this 2, right? 2 of these are mine, so this 2's last remaining neighbor here is not a mine. Okay. And I should then be able to go back and make this into an exactly 1, shouldn't I? Because I had at most 1, and even so, I had almost too many mines to put in here. So I think if I go backwards, yeah, because this 3 and this 2 are completely disjoint. So there are 2 here. That's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There must be exactly 1 mine there, finishing this 1. Great. These 2 1s work together here, and so these 2 spaces have no mines. This 2 across from this 1, there must be a mine there. Is that right? Yes. And this 0 now clarifies where the other one is. Great. Oh, this 2 column's looking pretty cool, huh? Mine, mine. There you go. And I get going down here again. How cool is that? Okay, but there's more going on up here, right? Somehow? This 1, for example, yeah. These 2 1s, no mine here, and likewise these 2 1s, no mine here. And this extends upward. This 2 across from a 1, there's a mine there. Now these 2 1s, no mine here. Oh, this 1 and this 1 mean this is safe. These 2 1s next to each other here, but not here. Oh, this is a little exciting. There's 1 mine here, which means 1 mine here. I'm not sure that's the right idea, but we do have something easier. These 2 1s, they share these spaces, but they don't have this space in common. Huh. Oh, this 3 is done. Yeah, that's easy. And now we have a 0, which is great, and this 1 and this 2. So we've done that group of A's. 1 by 2, we need a mine here. 2 by a 1, we need a mine here and not here. That's a 0. This 2 next to a 1 needs a mine there and not there. These 2 1s share these spaces, but not this one. This 2 has only 1 mine here, so the last one's there. This is a 0. This 2, yeah, these 2s are important because they have these 3 spaces and these are not shared. These 2 1s give me this space. And we do have something here. There's probably something simpler, but I noticed there's 1 here, which means 1 here, which means 1 here? That's not as helpful as I thought it was, actually. I thought I could prove something that was definitely a mine or not a mine that way. Okay. But this 1 is easy, yes. There's 1 here, which means 1 here. Oh, this 2 has 2 mines? Or 2 neighbors? Huh. There's got to be something going on up in the top here. I don't think it's time to use this 5-column clue. I guess I could check, but it just doesn't seem right. Actually, this... Oh, jeez. I accidentally clicked. Fortunately, I missed. I clicked on this. This 4 clue, I think, is ready, though. Because there's 1 here, which means 1 here. So for this 2, 1 here. Oh. Well, there's exactly 1 here, right? For this 2. But I actually don't think I can place the 4th mine yet. Because this 3 could have 2 mines up here and then just 1 here, and it could overlap with this 2. It could be the same one. Yeah. I don't think I can quite do this 4 yet. I need 1 more bit of information. Well, okay, what else? I know exactly one of these because exactly one of these. Which means this 4 has at least 3 in this area. And only one of them can be here, so these 2 are mines. Not a big surprise, the 4 was mostly mines, but this should help now. We have 1 here, which means 1 here, which means 1 here. No, that's not correct. I think I miscounted a square somewhere. We have 1 here, which means 1 here. Yeah, I was about to prove something about a square based on its overlap with itself or something stupid like that. But no, this is good. I was just gonna draw the wrong conclusion. Since we have 1 of these 2, and we also have 1 of these 2 from here, there can't be a mine there. Huh. Is it time to look at Bs? Maybe we have B count now. It doesn't look that promising when I look at it. Can I do this 4-column maybe? There's one here, one here. At least one of these two. And don't these twos lined up on the corner do something interesting? Like, obviously there might not be any over in this space of 3, right? Maybe the 2 has both of them down here. But in that case, this 2 also has none, and that's like a little bit surprising. But I guess it's possible. There's one here, one here, one here. We already did that, and it doesn't quite get anywhere. One thing that might work, I guess, would be to combine this row clue with the B mine count. Because the only way to avoid having a bunch of mines down here is to have a bunch of mines up here. Maybe we can show that can't be done. It's not looking easy, though. So what about over here again? We have 1 here, which means 1 here. And 2 here. Yeah, we knew that. In particular, then, at least 1 here, which means at most one of these two. Ah. Yeah, that's good. Let me just double check that. We have 1 here. For this 3, we have exactly 2 here. Which means, in particular, at least one of these two, and therefore at most one of these, which means for this 2, at least one of these, which finishes the 1. And now we can turn the at most here into exactly one of these 2. Then exactly one of these 3. And I think that is what we needed to finish this column, wasn't it? The problem was we could fit 4 mines in here before, and now we can't. Now we can fit at most 3. Although, I can't remember why that's important. It seems like this area is pretty flexible, isn't it? There's 1 here, therefore 1 here. Therefore at least one of these. Therefore at most 2 in this area, for what that's worth. Seems like not much, doesn't it? I thought before I had at most 1 here or something. No, that can't be right. There is at least 1 here, I guess. But 2 here. I thought for sure I had more restricted markings in this area before. Let me just erase all this garbage. Alright, that's close enough to the size I was using. Like, there's at least 1 here. One there, one there. At least one here. Yeah, I don't know. That actually doesn't seem to do much of anything. Okay, so can I do more up here? Yes, yes. Now that I have this space, this 2 is at a corner with 2 1s, so it can't have a mine there. Great. That didn't really help, I don't think. Can I build from this one to this one and learn something? There's one here, which means at least 2 here, right? To finish this 4. It might be touching both of these, but it can't be touching more than them in this area, so there's at least 2 here. Which means for this 3, there's at most 1 in this area. And I know there's 1 in these 2, so these 2 spaces are safe. And now I can say some stronger things about this area, I think. We know there's 1 here, which means there are exactly 2 here. And since there's exactly 1 here, the last mine for this 4 must be there. Yes, very good. And this 1? This hasn't been there for long, right? I just got it by revealing a nearby square or something? I'd feel pretty silly if that had been there that whole time. All right. Now we know there are 4 Bs. Maybe that's useful. Oh, or maybe this is. Well, I don't think so, actually. Well, we know there's 1 here and therefore 1 here, right? So that means there's exactly 1 in this area. And if there's exactly 1 in this area and exactly 1 in this area, then this can't be the mine for that area. And that's a 3. These 2 1s, no mine here. And we've done the row. I need mine count for this? I guess. Oh, no, I already have it because I know one of these 2 A's, so it can't be this space because this one's done. So yes, I do need mine count, but I already had that mine count. This 3? I don't know. I mean, we know there's 2 in this area, but that doesn't seem to help anything. Well, it helps a little. It helps with the Bs, doesn't it? Because we know there's exactly 1 here. At least 1 here. Exactly 1 here. And so there should be at most 1 of all these, shouldn't there? Right? 1 here, at least 1, that's at least 2. This is at least 3, so there's at most 1 of these 3, which means at least 1 in this area. I don't think I can place a mine because of that, though, or find a safe spot. Well, no. I can't go back and say there's exactly 1 of these, because it could in fact be none of these, and then there'd be 2 of these, yeah. I sort of thought by the time we had this many squares revealed, it all would be clear. But that doesn't seem to be the case. We know 2 A's. But I don't think I can prove that there's one here or one here, right? It could be both, or it could be both in either area, or it could be split. Couldn't it? I mean, I've filled this area out so many times, but... one here, one here. That means one here. Ah, I think I can prove... no. Because I can prove there's at most one in this area for this 2, which sees it. No, I can't prove that. No, it's the opposite. I can... wait, can I prove anything? If there's exactly one here, this 2 might see it or it might not. So I think I can prove there's at least one here. Right. Which means at most one here, which just sort of dies off and is useless, right? Well, maybe not useless, because there's one here, right? And this column, we have exactly 1, exactly 2. So in these 4 spaces, we need 2 mines. The problem is, while there's at most one here, there could still be one in either of these 2 spaces. Or there could be none here and one in both of those spaces. If there's one of these 2 and one of these 2, is there some way that helps? I don't really think so. And this 3, I still can't seem to do anything with it. Like, I have at least 2 in this gigantic 5-sized region. Doesn't seem very good. Well, actually, I just realized this at most 1 that I drew a while ago. I was looking at the wrong part of it for information. I should have looked at this 3. If there's at most 1 of these 2 B's, that means there's at least 2 of these 3 spaces. And that's what I need to use to solve this for. Right? It can only have 1 mine up here, so it needs at least 2 in this space. And that finishes the row. There's 1, 2, 4. So the rest of this row is all clear. That's a big help, I assume. Yeah, these 2 ones cooperate to give me this. And now I may have B count, now that I know there are... or no, I don't. This could be a mine or not, couldn't it? So I still don't know if either of these is a mine. But now I think this can no longer be 0 no. Could this be 0 mines? Yes. It can't be 2, but that's exactly what this white line already meant. I haven't learned anything new about that. Because, like, there's 2 of these 3, which is fine. All right, maybe I have to resolve the B count before I can do this. No. Hang on. I do have more. These 2 1s now are sharing these 2 spaces, but not here. Yes. I guess unsurprisingly, that didn't really tell me anything. Also, I could have figured it out from here. This 1 next to some 2s is kind of weird, but I don't think I can actually use it that well. Can I? Maybe I can. Oh, I bet I can, actually. Via the, like, diagonals around here. Right, we have 1 of these and 1 of these. And we also have 1 of these, and therefore 1 of these. And I feel like I should be able to show that, like, this 1 has to be touched by 1 of these 2, but I'm not sure if I can. Still 10 gray mines, huh? That seems like a lot. Well, now that maybe I can make more progress on the column now that I've uncovered a couple of spaces down here. Yeah, that seems possible. Like, there's 1 here and there's 1 here, so there's 1 here, so there's 1 here, and there's 1 here. Ah, this 2 is done. There's nothing here. And we've got a 3. That's fantastic news. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. It wasn't about the column after all, it turns out. Okay, now we know how many B's are over here, and the number is 2, and we know it's 1 of these and 1 of these, so it's not here, and that resolves this column. Double check before I do something stupid. 1 of these 2, 1 of these 2. Therefore not here, therefore both of these. All right. That's number 97, Shadowbox. We're very close to the end. Look at that. Buttons, saplings, and Solomon's Knot. I don't know if I'll do the bonus puzzles on camera, to be honest. This is fun, but it is kind of tiring. Anyway, we're done for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.